First things first, I am recording from my car, so the audio might be a little wonky, but I'm using new wireless microphones, so hopefully it comes across clear. So there will be no visuals for this episode. Hey everybody, welcome to Discussions with Dawson. This episode is going to be short, sweet, and to the point. It's going to be about where I've been for the last year or year plus. I can't remember the last time I uploaded an episode. So it's going to be about where I've been, what's been going on with me, currently what's going on, and what do I see for the foreseeable future. So let's get into it. The last video I upload, I believe I went into brief detail about what was going on in my life, so I'm going to just reiterate that. Late 2021, actually, a good friend of mine had passed away due to COVID, and it was really serious, and it was a lot to deal with. I didn't handle it well, neither did the group chat that we were involved in handle it well. So when he passed away, I lost a good chunk of support in him and in the group chat, but, we tried to move on. But it still hurts. As death does, it hurts, and you lose a chunk of yourself. Following that, a friend of mine who also was in the same group chat, my friend Carl's, her mother passed away, and it affected her greatly because that's one of the people who, it's just her mother. Like, realistically, losing your parent, somebody who guides you through the ins and outs of life, through what they experienced, that's going to hurt. No doubt about that. So she lost her parent, and again, more support had been taken away from me. Not taken away as per se, but she's going through her own battles and her own things, and I understand that. Life is a bitch. But yeah, that was the end of 2021. 2022, the beginning, I had lost my father before his birthday in January. Me and my father weren't close, but we were getting close. Our conversations were a little more frequent, though it was still not to where a father and son should converse. So we weren't in the best of places, but we were working on it. And then he was taken away. And then there was some family drama associated with that, but that's neither here nor there. It hurt a lot more than I thought it would, and it still hurts. So that happened, and then I lost my cousin, who I was pretty close to gun violence. I lost him, and I was on autopilot for a little while. Mentally, I was probably checked out. Honestly, mentally, I was fully checked out. So I was attending events and doing things with my friends and family and whatnot. And mentally, I wasn't there. I was somewhere else. So that happened. And then my mother had a stroke. She had a stroke, and it took me further into depression. It weighed heavily on me. I personally just wasn't in the right headspace to, film content for YouTube and do work on my books. So that's what happened with that. I would record, but it wouldn't be up to my standard. So a lot of the things I recorded got deleted. So when I'm in a better headspace, which I am now, but down the line, I'll probably re-record those episodes because I believe those episodes were going to be really good episodes, all right? My mother had a stroke. She had 2 strokes in the hospital. Due to the hospital's incompetency and the fuckery that they did, we were dealing with that. And those 2 years, I've just been dealing with a lot. I was on cruise control. What took me out of my autopilot cruise control mentality was I went to call my brother. For those of you who do not know, my mother has had 3 kids. I'm the middle of the 3 kids. I have an older brother and a younger brother. I had an older brother and I have a younger brother. My older brother was murdered due to gun violence. Similar to my cousin, they were like brothers. So basically, I lost another brother, and that hurt. But this happened 10 years ago. I've never grieved my older brother the way I should have. I've never had time or mentally wanted to grieve that. So I've put it off. But I went to go call him one day. Pulled up my phone, had his number, his contact pulled up and ready to be like, yo, where have you been? I haven't heard from you in a while, blah, 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 blah. And it hits me. It hits me hard as fuck, all right? That he's gone for good. He's been gone for a while, and I am still in disbelief of that. I've suffered a lot of death in my family and my friends. I've lost a lot of people. I've been somewhat close to death a good chunk of my life. And I thought I was okay with it, but I'm really not. That's what took me down the rabbit hole, pulled me deeper, and then launched me back out because, again, he's gone for good. He's been gone for a while, and my mind wasn't really reflecting that. So it jarred me back into reality, put me back into my body, where I'm no longer on cruise control, where now I am dealing with everything as it comes along on my plate, and I am dealing with it piece by piece by piece. When I was going through all of this, I started to get angry with my friends because nobody had noticed what I was going through. Nobody cared to tell me about it. Nobody reached out and checked on me, and when I reached out, they had their own things going on. Life is lifing. So after reflecting and sitting down with myself, I realized, yo, you can't be mad at them when they're going through, if not the same amount of bullshit in some form or fashion, more bullshit. Because life is a bitch again, and shit happens. So I had to check myself. And I know I tell everybody, reach out to your friends. But again, people are going through their own shit. It's a lot of shit to deal with. So you can't really rely on your friends if they're going through their own shit. Granted, actually, not even granted, just know people are going through shit. You have to know that, if they could, they would. If they're your real friends, if they could, they would help you and, sit down and listen to you. But you can't just unload or unpack and hope they, can help you, because sometimes they can't. And that's where I was with that. But I'm not mad at them. It was just a brief moment of weakness on my end. When you're the strong friend who's always looking out for other people, and you have your moments of weakness and people can't help you, it's kind of fucked up, but it is what it is. Not faulting anybody anymore, not, being upset with anybody anymore. It is what it is. Now, currently, what's going to happen with the YouTube is I am going to convert this into a YouTube podcast. So there will be no visuals for this episode, but going forward, there will be, and it'll be in a podcast setting like it should be, because I want to reach more people. Now, I want to reach more people and build a community, or find my own tribe, so to speak, to, help and uplift people, as black people, or anybody actually, because I'm not going to make this exclusively to black people, because I don't think it would be beneficial to just have only black people in, my circle. But I want to reach more people. I want to build a tribe. I want people who can help build and uplift other people. So, for instance, me working on books, if I have an editor or I have somebody who's great with advertising, we can help each other out. Of course, I pay them, they help me, whatever our situation is or whatever our agreement is, it's mutually beneficial. Because I feel like you get more done when you have more people around you who you can depend on, who want to work with you. Because it truly takes a village to help one another out. And I think we could all benefit from that. So, yeah. There'll be a YouTube podcast setting. And I'll be on all major platforms. And if I'm not on that platform, please tell me so I can then upload to that platform. Because I'm trying to reach any and everybody. I'm no longer being just bundled down to just YouTube or, Amazon with my books. I'm fully going wide. Wherever podcasts are or wherever my book can be sold, that's where it will be. But yeah, that's currently what's going on. And for the foreseeable future, I need to bring you guys merch. I haven't forgotten about it, but when I was going through everything I was going through, I pushed that to the wayside, as well as my writing. I have, I want to say, 3 books I'm currently working on, and I'm going back and forth. So when I get writer's block on one, I go to the next one. If I get writer's block on that one, I go back to the first one. If the writer's block from the first one is still there, I go to the third one, and so on and so forth. So that's pretty much how I am doing things. But yeah, going forth, that's how I'll be doing things. I do know I need to get you guys merch. I haven't forgotten about those. There are rough drafts and designs already made and being made. Rough drafts of designs being made. The product isn't done, but it's stuff I've been working on where I had little to no motivation. So I want to revamp all of that and bring it to you guys, because you deserve the best version of me giving you quality content and merch and books and whatever. So that's what the foreseeable future is looking like, with merch and books. Somebody had asked me about other podcasts that I was trying to do. So in regards to that, I'm still trying to have a podcast with a co-host. And I did plan, and I was working on a podcast with me and 3 other friends, which would be great. Okay. We recorded a few episodes. But I don't have them anymore. I had to deal with some shit with my laptop and get that fixed. So in doing that, I lost those episodes. But also, life be lifing. So our schedules weren't clashing. They were clashing hard. They weren't meshing well with each other. I would love to have a podcast with, my closest friends. But like I said, life is lifing and shit happens. I'm busy as hell. They're busy as hell. Shit happens. But I do want to give you guys quality content, and I need to figure out how to record things virtually, because I live in a random part of Massachusetts, so I'm not the best I won't be the easiest to get to or anything like that. Plus, recording at my house is a whole headache and a half, so I don't have an office to work from. But yeah, that is it as far as that. Also, one last thing. I'm doing a Q&A episode sometime in the foreseeable future. Probably end of September is what I'm looking at. It'll be a live. And then from the live, I'll probably divvy it up to multiple episodes or one episode. Depends on how that goes. But yeah, it'll be a Q&A episode. And whatever you want to ask me, you can. Whether it be how to write a book, or what made me get into writing a book of that genre, which is erotica. What made me do YouTube. What are my advice on life, relationships, things like that. My opinions on things like that. If you need or have any questions for me, anything, it is wide open for anything. What you want to do is you want to reach out to me at discussionswithdawson@gmail.com. I have about 20 questions, but I want a little more to make the episode a little longer for you guys. I want to compile it all into one episode and make it a thing. And if there's a topic you want me to discuss on here, either me being by myself or with future people, guests, let me know. I have a list of people who I want to come on the show to discuss certain things, and I've already reached out and they've agreed to it, which is shout out to them. Thank you. So yeah, that's what the foreseeable future is looking like. If you've been rocking with me since it was just YouTube, thank you. If you rocked out with me for the years I've been struggling with, doing anything I've been doing, but still supporting me, thank you. I appreciate that. But that's it for now. The next episode will be up rather soon, because I'm going to probably bulk record these and have them scheduled to be released on some whatever decent schedule, once a week or once every 2 weeks, something like that. But thank you for supporting me. Thank you for being there for me. Thank you for motivating me. With that being said, don't forget to do better, be better, and stay better. And please, make sure you look after one another because we all need some help in these fucked up ass times that we live in. Peace.